Hello and welcome back to Learn with Aprajita, your ultimate resource for mastering English Core Class 12. If you are here, you are ready not just to learn but excel. And I am here to guide you every step of the way. Whether you are tackling complex summaries, analyzing difficult questions, or perfecting your writing skills, I have got you covered. For those of you joining us for the first time, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more exam focused content tailored to help you ace your CBSE board exams. In today's video, we'll take an in depth look at the third level, providing you with everything you need to confidently tackle this chapter. Here is what we'll be covering. So let's dive in with the overview of the third level. The Third Level by Jack Finney is a thought-provoking short story that blends fantasy with psychological reality. It explores the concept of escapism where the protagonist, Charlie, discovers a mysterious third level at Grand Central Station, New York, a place that seems to exist in the past, specifically the year 1894. Charlie, a 31 years old man, feels overwhelmed by the fast-paced modern world and unknowingly seeks a way out. One evening while navigating through the station, he stumbles upon a hidden third level, different from the two official levels. This level is dimly lit, has old-style newspaper advertisements, brass spittoons, and people dressed in late 19th century fashion. Excited, Charlie tries to buy tickets to Galesburg, Illinois, 1894, believing it to be an escape into a simpler, more peaceful life. However, when he presents his modern currency, the clerk becomes suspicious, forcing Charlie to rush back to the present. Despite his efforts, he is never able to find the third level again. When Charlie shares his experience with his wife, Louisa, she dismisses it as a figment of his imagination. His friend Sam Wenner, a psychiatrist, suggests that the third level is merely a psychological escape, a creation of Charlie's stressed mind. However, the story takes a mysterious turn when Charlie finds a letter from Sam dated 1894, confirming that Sam himself has found the third level and escaped into the past. This revelation blurs the line between reality and illusion, leaving the reader questioning whether the third level was truly real or just a product of Charlie's mind. Through this engaging narrative, Jack Finney highlights themes of escapism, nostalgia, and the human longing for a simpler time, making the third level a captivating and thought-provoking read. Now that we have explored the story's intriguing plot and deeper meanings, let's take a closer look at the characters who bring this mysterious tale to life. Each of them plays a crucial role in shaping Charlie's journey and the mystery of the third level. Let's begin with Charlie. Charlie is the central character of the story. He is an ordinary man with a fascination for the past. His discovery of the third level makes him a unique figure who blurs the lines between reality and fantasy. He is curious, thoughtful, and imaginative. He is frustrated with the complexities of modern life and seeks solace in the idea of escaping to a simpler time. Charlie is determined and reflective as he continues to search for the third level and attempts to understand what it represents. Charlie's character embodies the theme of nostalgia and the desire to escape the harshness of the present. His quest for the third level represents a search for peace and simplicity in an increasingly complicated world. Louisa is Charlie's wife and she represents skepticism and practicality. She is concerned about Charlie's behavior, especially his insistence on the existence of the third level. Louisa is practical, grounded, and logical. She dismisses Charlie's claims as a figment of his imagination and worries about his mental state. Louisa's character serves as a foil to Charlie's more imaginative and idealistic nature. Her skepticism highlights the tension between reality and fantasy in the story. Sam is a psychiatrist and a close friend of Charlie. He offers a psychological explanation for Charlie's experiences and provides insight into Charlie's mindset. Sam is logical, pragmatic, and slightly cynical. He tries to rationalize Charlie's discovery by suggesting that it is the psychological escape from modern life. Sam's character plays an important role in representing the scientific, rational worldview that contrasts with Charlie's belief in the fantastical. His skepticism mirrors Louisa's, but he adds a professional perspective on Charlie's experience. To truly understand the mystery of the third level, we need to step into Charlie's world. The setting plays a crucial role in blurring the lines between reality and illusion. Let's explore where and when this fascinating story unfolds. Grand Central Station is a busy, confusing, and ever expanding place where Charlie frequently gets lost in its endless tunnels and corridors. The station's chaotic nature contrasts sharply with the peaceful third level he discovers. It represents the modern world, fast paced, overwhelming, and stressful. Charlie's confusion in the station reflects his inner turmoil, while the third level hidden within it symbolizes a desire for escape into a simpler past. The third level is an old fashioned, dimly lit space with brass spittoons, wooden ticket windows, and people dressed in 19th century attire. The newspapers date back to June 11th, 1894, reinforcing the idea that Charlie has entered a different time. It represents escapism and nostalgia, offering a retreat from the pressures of modern life. The uncertainty of its existence blurs the boundaries between reality and imagination, leaving readers questioning whether it is a real place or a creation of Charlie's subconscious mind. With the setting in place, let's dive into the key aspects that make Third Level such a compelling story. From its themes of escapism to the mystery of time travel, these elements shape the narrative and leave us questioning reality itself. Now let's look at some of the important aspects of this chapter. Imagine being stuck in a traffic jam, scrolling through endless notifications and wishing you could just disappear to a peaceful countryside. That's exactly what Charlie feels about modern life. The third level is his secret escape, a world without deadlines, stress, or the constant buzz of a fast paced world. His discovery of Grand Central's hidden past represents the human need to escape chaos and find moments of peace. Have you ever had a dream so real that you woke up confused? That's what the third level feels like. Charlie is convinced it exists, but no one else believes him. Even his psychiatrist friend Sam calls it a psychological illusion. The story keeps us guessing, was it time travel, a parallel world, or just Charlie's mind playing tricks on him? This makes us question what is real and what is just our imagination. Ever heard your grandparents say, "Back in our days, life was simple"? Charlie suffers from the same nostalgia. The third level symbolizes his longing for a time when life was slower, relationships were warmer, and stress was low. But was the past really that perfect? Or is it just human nature to glorify it? The story makes us think about how we sometimes romanticize the past while ignoring the good in the present. Now that we have explored the important aspects of the story, let's take a deeper look at its underlying meaning. Through a critical analysis, we'll uncover the psychological and symbolic layers that make the third level more than just a tale of time travel. One of the most important and significant themes in the third level is the desire to escape from the stress and chaos of modern life. Charlie's discovery of the third level represents his longing for a simpler, more peaceful time. 1894, a period he believes to be free from the complexities of contemporary society. This reflects the universal human sentiment, the nostalgia for the past, and the belief that life was easier in earlier times. The third level functions both as a physical and symbolic space. Physically, it appears to be a mysterious hidden part of Grand Central Station, but symbolically, it represents Charlie's psychological retreat into a fantasy world. The choice of 1894 is significant. It predates world wars, economic depressions, and the rapid industrialization of the 20th century, making it an era that many might romanticize as more stable and serene. However, the story also questions the power of nostalgia. While Charlie yearns for a simpler past, the narrative suggests that idolizing the past can be misleading. His search for the third level highlights the dangers of escaping into illusions instead of facing reality. Through Charlie's journey, the story critiques the idea that one can truly escape life's complexities. Fantasies may be comforting, but they are not always real. A key aspect of the third level is its deliberate confusion between reality and imagination. Is the third level a real physical place? Or is it simply Charlie's mind playing tricks on him? Charlie firmly believes he has traveled back in time, but his wife Louisa and his psychiatrist friend Sam dismiss it as a psychological illusion or a stress induced hallucination. The story leaves this question unresolved, allowing readers to interpret the third level in different ways. On one hand, it could be a manifestation of Charlie's subconscious desire to escape modern life. On the other, it could be a real, hidden dimension of time existing beyond the rules of normal reality. This mystery adds to the allure of the story, forcing readers to question whether reality is always objective or shaped by personal perception. Finney plays with this uncertainty, making the reader wonder, do we see the world as it is or as we want it to be? Time in the third level is not a rigid, linear concept. It is fluid, shifting, and open to interpretation. The third level exists outside Charlie's present reality, functioning almost as a portal to another time. This raises an interesting question. Does time truly move forward in a straight line, or can it loop back, existing in multiple forms at once? Charlie's emotional state influences how he experiences time. Feeling overwhelmed by the present, he sees 1894 as an escape, a place where life aligns better with his inner desires. His discovery of the third level symbolizes the universal human tendency to feel disconnected from the present and the longing to revisit a past that seems more harmonious. The story suggests that our experience of time is not just about clocks and calendars, it is deeply personal, shaped by our emotions, memories, and desires. Throughout the story, there is an undercurrent of psychological analysis. Charlie's search for the third level is dismissed by others as a psychological escape mechanism, a fantasy his mind has created to deal with the pressures of modern life. Sam, being a psychiatrist, interprets it as a subconscious way for Charlie to avoid his dissatisfaction with reality. However, the story never confirms whether Charlie is truly hallucinating or if the third level actually exists in some mysterious form. This ambiguity allows Finney to explore the power of the human mind to shape perception. Can our mental state influence what we believe to be real? Does believing in something make it real in some way? The story leaves readers with a profound idea. Sometimes the boundary between fantasy and reality is thinner than we think. The ending of the third level is deliberately left open ended. Charlie discovers a letter from Sam, supposedly mailed from 1894, suggesting that the third level may indeed exist. This cliffhanger leaves the central mystery unresolved, encouraging readers to interpret it based on their own perspectives. This kind of ending reinforces the story's core themes: escapism, nostalgia, and the uncertainty of reality. It also mirrors real life, where not every question has a clear answer. Instead of offering a concrete resolution, the story invites us to embrace the mystery. Sometimes the most important discoveries lie not in the answers but in the questions themselves. The third level is a thought provoking exploration of time, reality, and the human desire for escape. By blending fantasy with psychological depth, The story challenges our perception of the world around us. Is the past really better, or do we think so? Is reality always as fixed as we believe? Through Charlie's journey, Finney reminds us that while nostalgia and dreams can offer comfort, we must ultimately learn to live in the present, because true escape lies not in running away but in understanding and embracing reality. With a deeper understanding of the story's critical aspects, let's now explore its central themes. These ideas shape the narrative and offer insights into human psychology, escapism, and the blurred boundaries between reality and illusion. One of the central themes in the third level is escape, the universal longing to break free from the pressures of modern life. Charlie's discovery of the third level at Grand Central Station offers him an unexpected way out, a retreat into a simpler, more peaceful era, 1894. The third level becomes more than just a place. It's a symbol of nostalgia, representing Charlie's deep yearning for a time untouched by the stress and chaos of contemporary existence. His desire to return to an era before the rapid changes of modernity reflects a common human tendency to romanticize the past as a time of comfort and stability. The third level, therefore, functions as a metaphor for emotional escape, highlighting how nostalgia can create a psychological distance from the present. The story blurs the line between reality and imagination, making the reader question what is real and what is figment of Charlie's mind. He is convinced that the third level is real, yet his wife Louisa and his psychiatrist friend Sam dismiss it as a fantasy. This deliberate ambiguity is crucial to the story's impact. Is the third level a magical doorway to the past, or just an illusion created by Charlie's subconscious? The story does not give a definite answer, leaving it open to interpretation. This theme also raises a deeper question: how much of reality is shaped by our perceptions? Can the human mind construct alternate realities as a way to cope with stress? The narrative suggests that sometimes what we believe feels just as real as what actually exists. Time in the third level is not a fixed linear path. Instead, it is fluid, influenced by perception and memory. The third level represents an alternate timeline, one that Charlie associates with 1894, a year he believes to be simpler and more peaceful. This theme challenges the idea that time only moves forward. Can the past still exist somewhere, waiting to be rediscovered? Or is it merely a creation of Charlie's longing for escape? His journey highlights a common human tendency to view the past through rose tinted glasses. The third level becomes a symbol of temporal escape, reminding us that while the past may seem comforting, it is often idolized rather than real. A key aspect of the story is the exploration of the human mind. Charlie's experience is questioned by those around him, particularly by Sam, a psychiatrist, who believes that Charlie's mind has created the third level as a way to cope with stress. This raises an important question: is Charlie escaping into a real time traveling portal? Or is his mind fabricating an alternate reality? His search for the third level can be seen as a subconscious attempt to retreat from modern life, using nostalgia as a shield against stress. The story suggests that when reality becomes overwhelming, the mind has the power to create its own form of escape. Beyond nostalgia and escapism, the third level also explores humanity's deep-rooted craving for a simpler life. Charlie is drawn to 1894 not just because it's the past, but because it represents a time before the fast pace of modern society. The people he meets, the old-fashioned architecture, and the peaceful atmosphere of the third level also seem to offer him a world that is slower, kinder, and free from the suffocating expectations of the present. This theme resonates deeply in an age of deadlines, technology, and constant movement. Who hasn't wished for a moment of stillness? The third level then becomes not just a doorway to another time, but a reflection of an internal human desire to pause, breathe, and find balance. The subtle yet powerful theme in the story is the enigma of human perception. Charlie's experience of the third level is entirely subjective. Is he seeing a hidden reality or a projection of his own mind? This theme forces us to question how reliable is our perception. Do we see the world as it is or as we want it to be? The ambiguity surrounding the third level reflects the complexities of the human mind, how desires, memories, and emotions shape the way we interpret reality. The themes of the third level come together to create a rich and thought provoking narrative. It's not just a story about time travel, it's a reflection on nostalgia, perception, and the human desire for escape. By blending reality with illusion, past with present, and memory with fantasy, Finney compels readers to ask, is the past truly better, or do we just believe it is? Can nostalgia ever be more than an illusion? And in the end, is it possible to escape reality? Or must we learn to live within it? Through Charlie's journey, the story delivers an important message. Perhaps the true escape isn't in running away, but in learning to find peace in the present. Now that we have explored the major themes and critical elements of the third level, it's time to dive into some of the chapter's most significant moments. Let's break down key passages and quotes with reference to context, unpacking the details that bring the story to life and deepen our connection to its characters and themes. This line occurs when Charlie first discovers the third level at Grand Central Station. It highlights his sense of awe and disbelief as he steps into an unfamiliar time-wrapped reality, marking the beginning of his journey into a world that exists outside of the present. This quote exemplifies the themes of escape and nostalgia as Charlie imagines this world to be a simpler, peaceful place, a sharp contrast to the chaotic modern world. Charlie observes the people in the third level and realizes they are dressed in clothing from a bygone era, which further convinces him that he has entered a different time period. This passage emphasizes the theme of time as a fluid, subjective concept. Charlie believes he has found a way to escape the present and retreat into the past, a key theme of nostalgia. Charlie describes the distinct atmosphere of the third level, further reinforcing his belief that he has stepped back in time. The sensory description helps create a vivid image of the past and enhances the idea that the third level is a place detached from the modern world, embodying Charlie's longing for simplicity. Charlie's realization that the third level is more than just an oddity but rather a literal gateway to another world demonstrates his belief in the mystical quality of the space he has discovered. This line symbolizes Charlie's acceptance of the third level as a real, physical place, further complicating the story's question of whether it is a mental escape or a tangible location. After experiencing the third level, Charlie is overwhelmed by a sense of peace and desire to remain into the simpler world of 1894. This reflects Charlie's deep yearning for escape, a central theme of the story. His longing to stay in the third level highlights his dissatisfaction with his current life. Charlie expresses uncertainty about his discovery of the third level, suggesting that it may have been a dream or an illusion. This line deepens the ambiguity of the third level's existence and reinforces the theme of reality versus illusion. Charlie's inability to fully explain or replicate the experience speaks to the elusive nature of the third level. Charlie's wife Louisa dismisses his claim about the third level, but Sam, the psychiatrist, listens more seriously. This quote underscores the theme of skepticism versus belief. As Louisa represents the rational, grounded perspective, while Sam offers a more open-minded psychological approach. It highlights the contrast between the ordinary and the extraordinary. Sam, as a psychiatrist, offers a psychological explanation for Charlie's discovery of the third level, suggesting that it's a mental escape from modern life. This passage explores the theme of psychological escape, suggesting that Charlie's mind may have created the third level as a response to the pressures of his daily life. It raises the question of whether the third level is real or a product of his imagination. Sam's analysis of Charlie's experience suggests that the third level might be a manifestation of Charlie's need to retreat from the complications of modern society. This theme reinforces the theme of mental escape, presenting the third level as a coping mechanism for Charlie's dissatisfaction with the present. It highlights the tension between reality and fantasy. Charlie expresses his resolve to return to the third level and continue his search for answers. This line reflects Charlie's determination to understand the mysterious third level, symbolizing his desire for clarity and understanding in a world that seems confusing and overwhelming. Charlie recalls the sensory details of the third level, emphasizing the way it feels like stepping into the past. The sensory imagery highlights the tangible nature of Charlie's experience, suggesting that the third level offers a vivid and almost real connection to a different time. This enhances the theme of nostalgia and the desire to relive the past. Louisa's words suggest that the past, while idealized, might not be as perfect as Charlie imagines. She warns him that returning to the past might not bring the fulfillment he expects. This quote challenges the theme of nostalgia, pointing out that idealizing the past can be misleading. It implies that escape to the past may not be the solution to Charlie's unhappiness. Charlie expresses doubt that he will be able to rediscover the mysterious third level. This line reflects Charlie's growing uncertainty and the transitory nature of the third level. It suggests that the third level, like the fantasies it represents, may be elusive and difficult to recapture, reinforcing the theme of the fleeting nature of idealized escapes. Charlie reflects on the way world events, such as the war, have altered the course of history and the structure of society. This quote connects the desire to escape to the impact of historical events. The chaos of the modern world, shaped by events like war, intensifies Charlie's longing for a simpler, more peaceful time. Charlie's final declaration demonstrates his enduring belief in the reality of the third level, despite his struggles to find it again. This line reinforces Charlie's hope and conviction that the third level exists. It symbolizes his unshakable desire to escape to a more peaceful time, illustrating the theme of persistence in the face of uncertainty. And that brings us to the end of today's deep dive into the third level. Follow the second part of this video. I hope these tips, summaries, and strategies help you feel confident and prepared for your exams. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more exam-oriented content to help you ace your CBSE Class 12 English exam. See you in the next video.